Hello guys, this is FX and today's weekly top-down analysis on forex pair, right? You know, as we do in this particular community, right, on this particular channel, right, we usually start our currency, right, forex currency analysis from the dollar index, right? It's like a guide on the fundamentals, right? So we see the overall direction of the market, right? So right now you see on US dollar index, right, we are still on an impulse, right, bearish move, right, and then we got into a correctional channel. And what happened? We saw a nice breakout of the channel, right, and we're looking for possible zones for rejections here, right? You can see a nice resistance here. You can see a nice resistance here. This, we're just using previous data confluence, right? There's a nice resistance there. As the market approaches up, it's gonna be a guide that the market is gonna come back for a possible retest, right, as it moves up on the US dollar index. So we're gonna see a nice bullish push to the upside as the week comes, right? This on daily time frame, right? And this week, then we get rejected, maybe come back for a nice retest, right? From there, we will now be looking for more buys. We get retest, and comes back for a retest, and then something of that nature to the upside. So if we go down to the 4 hours time frame to get more zones, right, you could see the market is giving us a nice trend to the upside, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You can see a nice trend there, right? And then the other part, could see a nice trend there, so giving us nice touches, right? So this is a nice trend. Having 2 touches there at the top is okay, right? So we might see more push and we get rejected from that lines we dropped there, right? The market coming back to this particular zone, then coming back for a reject and for a retest, right, to cover up for this liquidity here. And then push back up, right? And then push back up, because this particular zone is a nice support zone for the market here. And you see that. Something of that nature. So it's kind of a weekly push, but we are open for a nice correction after this bullish push to the upside. So as we're opening this week, we're going to see more bearish move, or more bullish push, and other pairs will be bearish on DXY due to this particular market movement, and overall direction will be a bullish continuation, right, to the upside. After a bearish impulse move, we entered a bearish correction channel, right, and then we broke out. So it's going to come back for a retest, and then we continue up. So I forecasted that VIX, the DXY, right, index is still looking a little bit strong until we come to the major resistance zone. And if it comes to the major resistance zone, other cross pairs with the US dollar will go into corrections also, right, like a bullish correction, right? As it seems last week all pairs have been red, right? Understand? So that's it for US dollar index. So we'll move to the next one. Hello guys, this is the US oil, right? We're gonna start with those CFDs, right? From the US oil, we're going to go to gold and then move down to the currency pairs, right? With what we have seen so far, you can see that this is our lowest low we have seen with the weekly, right? And the highest high we've seen, and then our midway zone, right, where the market after the bullish push, this is now where the market is ranging. So after a bullish impulse move, we entered a bearish continuational bullish continuational flag, right? A bearish correction, which gave us an descending triangle, the squeeze on one. This could tell us that the bears are getting weaker and it's time for the bulls to come in. If you remember the analysis we did last week, everything played out as predicted, right? We marked the zone that the market is going to break out and then come back to that particular zone to give us a nice retest and then continue up. Not more to say, it's still the same thing as of yesterday. It's just about we filling up this particular analysis we did. This was, you can check the previous video we did on weekly oil. As you can see, we're still coming down, right? We're still looking to sell US oil to the downside, and you see how nicely how correct the correction is, right? So the market is still moving on the downside. So let's go down to the smaller time frame to see, right? The correction is still in play, right? The correction is still in play. No breakout, right? Because this is still a new low, right? So we're still pushing the market to the downside. So but let's say the market failed to make a new low and gives us a double bottom here, then we'll now be looking for more buys, right? So on the smaller time frame, you could see maybe the market give us a double rejection here, but we still need to see a clean breakout and then a retest, right? Then to know that the market won't continue this movement to this particular zone, right? And if you see, if we're going to mark the zone that gave us this particular bullish push, right? So it's just on the 30 zone, so we still want the market to come down to the premium discount zones where we'll be looking for buys from that particular zone. I'm still looking bearish on this particular pair. There's an opportunity next week for we to capitalize on. See, you can see a nice double top here, right? See a nice double top here on US oil. See a nice double top there. So we're going to adjust it and then we'll be looking for more possible entries from that particular zone there. So that's it for the US oil. So we're still looking for a more bearish push, right? A bearish push to the side and then a nice breakout to the upside. Okay guys, this is CFDs on gold, right? The US dollar versus the gold, right? If you remember the analysis we did last time on gold, right, we predicted a continuous sell to the downside, and the market is doing exactly that, right? You can see the market is still respecting that zones we marked out on gold, right? So we're going to see if gold is on actual, right? This is the ranging zone, right? This is the ranging zone where gold is. It has finished the weekly pushed to the upside and now is now on the bearish side, right? So if we zoom in a little bit, we're going to see we in a nice channel, right? So gold came here and got support around this particular zone here, right? So it's going back for a retest, and we're speculating that the retest will come around this particular zone where it will correlate with the trend, right? From there we'll now look for a possible sell to the downside, right? This to tell us that maybe a week to come, this week we're entering, right, as gold is on a correction, right? USD will be on a major drawback or a correction, also just like the way we stated on the DXY. you could see we still have a lot of liquidity below, so DXY could easily come back sharp on those liquidity and start pushing back up. Understand? So that correction now will make gold to complete its movement, movement, and then start crashing back down continuously. So this is still a confirmed sell overall on gold, right? This is now, as you can see, let's go down to smaller time frame. Right, the zones we marked looks like this. You can see the market is now on a major correction. Now the beautiful part about this stuff is you will see that on this correction right now, the market failed to make a new high here. It's giving us a double triple top here. You see that? That's to tell us that gold might not even continue going up, right? The correction is done and the US dollar will keep pushing up and gold will sell more, right? Just as dictated, right, by the DXY. So for now, we'll be looking to see if gold is going to be bearish, right? We're going to be looking if gold is going to be bearish for the week. So use proper risk management as you're trading gold. Gold is a very, very volatile pair. You can see here we failed to make a new high here. So this is now a major resistance right now. This is now a major resistance right now. And you see that the market gold failed to make a new high above that particular zone. So we know is giving us a triple top. If we want to continue, the market must break up and then give us a new high to continue buying, right? And the retest zone will be around 1950, and so I'm already seeing a nice triple top there, right? And the market hasn't made a new low, so still valid. Market hasn't made a new low and it's still valid, right? So we could wait and then see how it plays out. I'm still looking bearish on gold. I'm still looking bearish on gold. Thank you guys. Okay guys, this is EURUSD, right? As you can see, if we go down to the higher time frame, like the daily time frame, we all have our overall trend, right? And our overall trend on the EURUSD is a what, right? It's a nice bullish impulse, right? And then we entered a correctional channel. So we're going to draw our trend nicely. We're going to draw our trend nicely. Let me see. Okay. Where we will be having our multiple touches, right? You see, this is to confirm the actual breakout, right, really happened so soon. So we have been seeing the market going down, right, on the one day candle, here. Okay, so this is it on EURUSD. We've just seen a nice breakout there, so we'll be waiting for a nice retest, right, on EURUSD. So let's go down to the 4 hours. So I think we have an okay guys, this is EURUSD on the 1 hour time frame, right? The previous analysis, you could see that the market, after hitting this particular sell side, right, it started crashing down. So it's still on this particular channel, right? So we need the market is still pushing down because we can see this nice double bottom right there. So maybe this week the market might be going back for a retest, right? Again, might be going back for a retest because you can see a nice double top here, right? And a W pattern, right? Then push up and then complete the correction and start selling more down. So this could be like the confluence we saw on DXY. If DXY goes into correction, then we could see this market also going for a correction, right? We see that market too going for a nice correction too on that particular pair on EURUSD. So we're still looking bearish on EURUSD, and our overall direction will be back at this to mitigate this other block, right? So once we mitigate that other block, then we'll now be looking for more buys, corrections, right? Coming back to the bigger trend, right? Then we start looking for sells again, right? Continuation to the downside. Because if you go back to the higher time frame, you could see that this is a bullish impulse move, right? And then we enter a consolidating channel, and we broke out of that particular channel right now on the 4 hours time frame. This could signal, right, the market breakout, came back for a retest and still continued down, right? This is where the breakout happened. The market went for a nice retest and it's back, right? So from here we'll be looking to look for sells on EURUSD. Okay guys, this is GBP, right? You remember on our analysis, right, on GBP we saw this nice bearish, right, squeezing ascending triangle, right, and on an overall downtrend on GBPUSD, right? And if we go down to the higher time frame, is also on a bullish continuational pattern. So the breakout didn't really happen, so it's coming back for this particular sell. So it's gonna squeeze on this edge here. Then from this particular squeeze, it will now look for possible breakout, right, to the upside. This is on the weekly time frame. So if we go down to this daily time frame, you could see that it was a nice correction, right, on the weekly, right? This daily push was a nice correction after a bearish impulse move to the downside. That's a nice bullish correction to the upside here. Then from there, the market broke out of that bearish ascending triangle, right? And then we are now in a bearish fall to the downside, and we will be going up, right? We'll be going up, we'll be going down, sorry, because I think our next take profit will be around this particular zone here. Let's use a figure zone. Yes, I think we are at the on that particular movement. We have passed the premium discount zone, so we are heading to the 0.70 percent zone. So we could have a nice support from there and then go for a correction and then start coming back down again, right? That's a premium discount zone that the market is heading to, right? That's it on the daily time frame. And on the 4 hours time frame, let's see what the market is giving, right? You know, we had this nice resistance zone here, and the market cleanly broke that particular resistance, came back for a retest, and the market is now heading, right? So we have a nice trend here as the market is going down. So we might go for a nice retest here and then continue down, right? Since it's a confirmed sell, if we don't get a reversal at those particular Fibonacci zones, then we're going to keep selling the market till we complete the squeeze here. Then from this squeeze, once we enter another buy correction, from there we'll now be looking for a possible sell, right? A possible buy until we break out. So that's it, guys. This is GBP USD. Please, if you have a pair that you want us to be discussing about every week, please on the comment section just drop the name of the pair and it's gonna be added into the chart we analyze, right? So yes, let's take one of those Japanese yen pairs, right, where USD is trading again. So as you can see on USD JPY, right, you remember what we said, right? The market was on a nice bullish push to the upside on the 4 hours, right, time frame, right? So this nice bullish push to the upside on the 4 hours, right, having our multiple touch, and we're seeing a nice rejectional point here, right, where the market could get rejected from also. So we might see the market pushing up, right, because this pair is very slow. Even after the bearish ascending triangle, we saw the market actually respected the triangle breakout, came back for a retest, right, and failed to continue low. It's now trying to give us a higher high. Only it's still a downtrend because this high, right, that's the last high there. The high, we haven't to break that high yet. So once we get to break that high, then it's gonna be a bullish continuation to the upside on USD JPY. But you can see here, right, the use of Fibonacci zones, right, you see we are almost at the 0.7, right? We're almost at the 0.7 zone. We're almost at the 0.7 there, right? Trading above, the market has recovered almost 70% of its actual movement. So we are looking for a nice sell from that particular zone right now. So this could tell us why there is enough liquidity just below here that the market needs to fill and then start continuing up, because our buy trend is still valid, but we need to cover up this particular liquidity here, right? Maybe cover up here and then push back up, right, on the trend line. Yes. So for now, as you can see, we have a nice breakout there. We have a nice breakout, and then the market failed to continue giving us lower, lower, and lower. This low is still valid, signaling okay, this market is still on the downtrend, right? So we just need to create a low higher than this, right? This could tell us that the market has failed to make a new low, right? And then we'll start looking for buys to the upside on USD JPY. But if it crashed, then it's going to continue down until it comes to the 4-hour trend line. Yeah. So that's for USD JPY for the week, and we're gonna check it later. Okay, guys, this is the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Then this is the highest high I've seen in the market, and this is the lowest zone we've seen in the market, right? As you can see on this particular movement, we previously on a downtrend. This is a bullish flag, right? This is a nice bullish flag. Then we entered a correction line for weeks, and then we had this nice breakout, right, to the upside, but we got rejected here, and we are now in a bullish flag. This could signal a bullish continuation of pattern if the market does this particular movement, right? It breaks out, right, and then it will keep pushing to the upside, right? It's a bullish flag. That's how you trade the bullish flag. You see something of that nature happened here, right? As you can see, 1, 2, 3, right? Something exactly happened here also. See, this is a nice bullish flag to the upside. So from here, as you can see, guys, this is a nice bullish continuational pattern we've seen in AUD JPY, right? It's also on a nice bullish trend to the upside. If we connect these, right, 1, 2, right, we got a nice trend here, which could signal. Once we break it down, you're gonna notice that there's a bullish continuational pattern, right? But we might get used to a confluence, right? The market might say it wants to have that particular correction, right? It must maybe come down here, right? Once it reach here, it's gonna correlate with these confluence here, and then break out and then start going back up, right? Something of this nature. Because today, if we see, we're gonna use the bar pattern to see if the market is gonna move that particular way, right? The market is gonna move that way. Let's see from here to there, and then flip it and then see how it plays out. So the market looks similar. So the market movement looks similar, right? So there's possibility of the market doing this particular movement here and then coming down. You see the market looks similar, so it's gonna come for that nice correction, right? And then we start looking for buys to the upside. So the correction might reach up to this particular zone, right? And then you look for a possible buys from this particular zone to the upside, because US dollar is strong. So let's go down to the 4 hours time frame so we could see more clearly what is happening in the market. You can see we're on a nice downtrend here, and we're almost trading right at this particular zone here. See, once the market gets rejected from that particular zone, it's coming down. It's coming down. You can see a nice trend right to the downside. You see this, right? So we are looking to sell. So we broke the market down. We have a nice bearish impulse, right? And then we are now in a correction here, right? You can see a nice trend here. You can see a nice trend up here after a bullish fall. We're now in a correction right now. So if this correction breakouts, then we're gonna be looking to sell more USD comes strong on Monday. So we'll be capitalizing on this particular trade on Monday. There's no much trade patterns on Monday though, but from Tuesdays, we're gonna be looking for possible market directions. Wow, right? We still have a nice trend here, and we'll see if the market gets to break here, then we'll be entering ourselves to continue selling AUD JPY until when it finishes its bearish correction, then now intends to continue the bullish movement to the upside. There is a bullish impulse, a bearish correction, and then a bullish impulse. Thank you guys. This is AUD, and hello guys, this is BuyFX, and today's analysis on BTC, right? BTC is not still far away from our previous analysis we did on BTC. Remember when I was telling you that we have a nice bullish flag and then we enter a range on market, right, which is giving us a triple top. And what exactly happened, right? The market broke out of the bullish trend we talk about, right? Broke out of the bullish trend, right? Leaving a nice fair value gap to the upside, right? So for we to start looking for sells, we must wait for BTC to mitigate this particular fear on gaps we're seeing, right? And it's going to correlate with our retest the retest we talked about, right? So we're going to get rejected here, and we're going to enter a sell once we send a nice reversal there. But once it comes back into this particular channel, it's going to give a bullish continuation to the upside, but it needs to break this zone. There's a nice resistance zone here where the market is ranging, so we need to break it right through and then start the bullish push to the upside, right? Going back to 31. But this nice breakout is signaling the market is going to come back due to this particular imbalance the market has created, right? Or you call some people call them imbalance, some call them FVG, right? Some people call them what's the name, right? The candle is more different from the others, right? Could see the smaller candle, that's how the market moves, but this one, it's something different, so people are capitalizing on that. So that's it on BTC. This is by FX, and checking out.